Let's create a custom monitor now. This is just once again another exercise to learn how to make bespoke or custom components. In this case, making the white monitor gives us control over the color. It's a lightweight, quick to create kind of object that if you look for it as a 3D object, you might not find anything that you were happy with. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to bounce back out to Revit. And we're going to open up a new file, a new family. And we'll still make that a floor-based generic model. And if we go to, I guess, the right view we could go to, let's create a reference plane. And we wanted that to be, I think it is 2'4". Our countertop height. And we'll start at the front view, and we'll make a extrusion to be the monitor itself. I'm going to start up here just off the screen. I'm going to go 1'4" by, which is 16 by 9 inches, which is the aspect ratio of a HD display, 1080 by 1920 by 1080, or a 4K display. And then I'm going to just scale it up to the size we actually want it to be, keeping the same aspect ratio. So I'm going to use the scaling tool, click, and we'll just expand out until it's like 1'11", just under 2 feet. And we don't want to extrude it a foot thick. Excuse me, I don't know why that just appeared. Oops, I hit the... let's make it 1 inch thick. And there we go. Now we need some colors for this. We want this to be white. So I'm going to make 2 colors. I'll make black first because if I make white, that'll at the end, it'll be the default one for that. But we need a black and a white. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new material. And the first one I'm going to rename as black. This will be what the screen looks like. And we'll give it the color, not completely inky black, but just close to it. And we'll make that white texture now, create a new or white color, and I'll rename that white. Oops. And we'll make sure that color, once again, not completely white, but just very close to it. Go OK. Now that's assigned a white color. And we can actually move that into position now. And what we want to do is that's the monitor itself. So let's go ahead now and create the screen. So I'm going to use the copy tool and make sure this is unconstrained. And we can turn moldable off. And I'll just move this over. Do we have another one? A duplicate thing that is a square or the rectangle, and we'll label that black. Once again, that's going to be the screen. And we'll make this a 1/4 inch thick. And I want to make sure that that is assign the color black. And then let's look at this at the front view. Let's just make a little bit of a modification to this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull it in a little bit so we can see the edges of the monitor. Maybe a little bigger on the bottom. And then a little hint on both sides. And then we'll look at that from a 3D view. And I'll render it just to make sure our colors are correct. That looks good. So let's go ahead and go to the right side of this and tilt our monitor a little bit. And we'll go to the top view and create a stick kind of object to support it. Do an extrusion. I'm not sure which side we're on here. I'll try this side. And well, we'll just extrude it for 1 inch right now. We want to just make sure that it's the white color. Oh, and that showed up on the floor, obviously. So we'll just pull that up. And I'll just move this over until it's closer underneath. Looks pretty good. So now we need a little bit of a base for it. So back to the reference level, create an extrusion. This time we'll use our ellipse tool. See what that looks like. And that's picked up the characteristic of white, so we're all set there. Let's just take a look at it now. That looks pretty good for a start. So let's save this. I'll call it desk. Oops. Oops. Desk monitor. We'll save that and we'll load it into the project. And we're ready to place it on the desktop. So I'll go ahead and place one there. And then let's go ahead and rotate that a little bit. And we'll make a duplicate one. Actually, we can use the copy and rotate. We'll just turn it around and move it. And then let's just do a few duplicates. Should have set that on multiple. And let's take a look at this now from a 3D view. That's one view of it. And I think we have another view here somewhere. There we go. So we're all set with placing monitors. So it looks like they're interfering with each other. Nope, I guess not. So looking pretty good. So we're all set with that.